Leon's Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye-ya. 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 Alright, as you can tell by that thumbnail right there, yes indeedy. Let's get to some graffiti on this motherfucking bus, right? In a Menudo style of direct fashion, we're going to speak on some real facts here. We're going to speak on a real story and how I got ran upon by the active Nortenos. Yes, indubitably. Yes, indeed. There's been plenty of times. But this one time right here in particular jumped out to me yesterday, and I said, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to put it out there and kind of give you guys the basis and the rundown, the story, the backstory on why this happened. So, well, we know why it happened. You know, we know why it happened. I'm a target, man. For those of you that don't know, allegedly, some people trip, some people don't. It just depends on who you're around, who you're with, the timing. Timing is always what matters, right? I'm not going to say motherfuckers are punks and motherfuckers won't handle their business because Vatos absolutely, on power, on correct for the Homeboy cartoon. They will handle their business, right? But in real life and in real fashion, man, it's how you handle yours is usually what dictates the program and what's going to happen. You know, if you just cower in the corner and take it, well, goddamn, you're going to take it then, right? You're going to take it with your chest, right? Or take it with their chest. However you take it in Menudo style, it's going to be given, right? But if you fight back, Holmes, if you stand your ground, if you're able to outmaneuver them and outthink them, and your mentality is stronger and you're more seasoned and educated, well, 9 times out of 10, Holmes, you might be able to wiggle. Unless there's just a young homie that don't give a fuck and bop, bop, it's over. You know, game over before there's any talking. Usually, that's how it goes down. Anyway, so this particular day, I remember I was living in Livas, California, Livingston. For those of you that don't know where Livas is, it's a small little town in Merced County. It's located in between Turlock and Merced, right off the 99, right? Now, I've had familia from Livingston my whole life. So as a little kid, I did my Holy Communion there. I used to go to Catholic school there. I used to do all that, right? There's a very big Catholic church on one side of the freeway, and Livingston is divided up into 2 parts. One side of the 99 is Livingston, as well as the other side, homes, and it's all the same shit, homes. You can get shot on both sides, right? Now, Livingston back in the days when I was a little kid, I remember was always more of a paisa town, meaning in no disrespect, a lot of Mexican nationals, a lot of hardworking paisas migrated right there. There was a lot of fields in that area, the camotes. They would take you, it was like a central hub, homes. That was where they pick up a lot of paisas and take them to their jales. You know, a lot of them picked cebolla, a lot of them went and picked tomates. Whatever the case may be, man, this is where a lot of paisas met up to go. Now, over the years, a lot of sings started to move in, right? When I say sings, I mean people from India. A particular group from India started to move in. So they started to comprise Livingston of mostly these people from India as well as paisas. This was the makeup, the predominant makeup of Livingston, California, right? Livas. Now, there always was Chicanos, but not necessarily as much. It wasn't that type of town. It was either you were Mexican or you fucking weren't. Straight up, period, plain and simple. There wasn't any black families, maybe 1 or 2, if that. And there wasn't any white families. You know, same thing. But trip out. I do remember a gang being established somewhere in the 80s, and that gang being Livas Norte, LVN, right? Livas Norte, and that's it. Now, when I say what makes that a trip is most cities have different gangs. You know, you'll have some Crips, some Bloods, some North, some South, some Kumi if you're in the Bay. Whatever the case may be, you know, then you got Taggers or whatever. Livingston don't have none of that. There is none of that. There never has been none of that. Never will be none of that. It is just Livas Norte, period. You're either with them or against them. I've never seen anyone try to establish any other gangs in that town. They shut that shit down quick. It is not allowed. Now, I understand the situation. I understand Vatos being proud of their barrio and people saying, nah, fuck that, homes. No one else is going to establish. But I've never seen anyone implement that. You know, I've seen a lot of barrios spring up and they're just going to show up out the shadows. Someone's like, you know, there's a gang, there's some tagging on the walls, there's 3 or 4 Vatos hanging out on a corner. Next, you know, there's 10, 15, they're established, they kill one of your homeboys, and the beat goes on, right? Now they're there, and everyone's hearing about them. Once one of them goes to jail, that's when it blows up. Hey, I know you're home. Hey, I ran into a Vato from your town, from Southside Locals. Like, ain't no such thing. Yeah, there is. But I met him. So he was in there saying it with his chest, going fucking shit hooped. I think he got the manual, the West Watson manual. He read it good because I thought it was in their opus and shit. I thought that was legendary, right? Nah, that ain't my homeboy. But do you see how I'm saying? Different bodies start to formulate plots and plans and they start to stick. Whereas in Livingston, that was never fucking going to happen. Vatos were scared to death to even think about other games. It just wasn't going to happen. These Vatos moved on them quick. They were established, and that's just the way it was. So as a young kid, I remember seeing all this being established, seeing all these flags being planted, and seeing the Norte taking uprise there. And it started to become what I considered a stronghold in the Central Valle for the Norte. Quietly as it's kept. Now, we all know about Salas. We all know about San Jose, right? We all know about these cities, homes like San Fran with the Mission District in Oakland, and where all these Norteños come from, and all the homeboys, you know, are established out there in Tulare County, Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, Modesto. Yes, but what people don't know, a lot of people that ain't really up to par and up on game, is there's a little old town, like I said, in the Central Valle, Livas, that got a nice fucking gaggle of homeboys, right? What's good for the goose, I say, definitely is good for the gander, right? And they got a lot of homeboys right there, and it's a nice little hub. You know, it's gotten to the point there, and it's so serious, that if you cruise into Livingston, real talk, at least I know from my experience, and you ain't up to par, Holmes, you got any dirt on your name, and you're in question, you're on freeze, you're on the BNL, something, these vatos are going to find out. And if they find out, Holmes, they're going to tear your top out. You know what I mean? You're going to look like a Corona without a top, well drunk, period. You know what I mean? We're not talking no duels. We're talking serious shit. We're talking, these are the streets, homie. You know what I mean? Or the big boy, I'm not a bully. Why are you bullying me? Right? Oh, they'll bully you. All right? They don't give a fuck. These youngsters are different, right? Not even the youngsters, just the way that they were laced up. They're so family orientated. The Levi's gang is like that. Now, let's fast forward to late 2000s, right? I'm actually meet a chick. She's from Livingston, right? And the one thing I can say about the city of Livingston is there's always been some badass bitches out in Levi. Just because the wind's blowing. Now, later on, you know, get me for all that child support, I can't say she was the bad. But there's some badass chicks out of Livingston, right? So I happen to be, I have a primo that stays in that area or did stay in that area. I happen to be at my primo's house. A couple of these chicks slide by, man. I end up meeting one. And of course, you know what I mean? Like the motherfucking gangster I am. Other than Arby's, right? I see Arby meat hanging out the panties. I'm like, make it like a high, make a hiney ho. Word of the day, right? I'm on my PB's Playhouse shit. I'm trying to get in one time. Right? Orale, vámonos. And I see the bitch, right? I said, bitch, they call me Pee-wee, pero not Pee-wee, you know? Anyway, she's like, what's up? How you doing? We get to chopping it up. We kick it that whole night. Next thing you know, I'm at her apartment, at her spot, and I'm moving my shit in. Period, right? It's on and cracking. Not even really thinking that Livas was like it was. I would come to find out everything, you know, that I didn't know about Livingston in the next few weeks. Now, you got to understand, at this time, I was already non-active and non-active Norteño, meaning I wasn't in the mix anymore. I wasn't gang banging. I wasn't out there looking for problems and applying pressure or spreading poison. What is considered spreading poison is out there trying to turn people away from the gang or, you know, slandering homeboys that are still actively doing their thing. That wasn't my style. That wasn't my agenda. I just went to work every day, took care of my daughter, and just did me, you know? So I didn't pose a potential threat. And what I know now is if you're not out there posing a threat, man, ain't no one fucking tripping off you, right? But me with the big old fucking mouth and the dumbass looks I got on my face, right? I had to go open my big mouth and say something to somebody, right? So anyways, I'm over there with the chick. I mean, this chick's pretty popular. You know, motherfuckers know her. Young homeboys know her. They see her. They want to get in them motherfucking draws one time. So they see me. Automatically, I'm a cock blacker. I'm the target because, hey, who is the vato over there? We don't know him. He's not from Levi. You know what I mean? He's over there fucking that good. You know, he's hitting that dope rhyme over there. He's over there pulling one of ours. And that's how we would feel, too. If you come in our neighborhood and knock one of our bitches, we'd be like, oh, hold on now. Hold on now. The wind blew all the way up and on that motherfucker, right? Look, who is this guy over here thinking I'm going to be Long Dong Silver over there, right? So, of course, their eyes are on me. But they haven't approached me yet, right? But I can feel everywhere I go in this town of Livingston, everywhere we walk, and this chick always wanted to walk everywhere. I had a whip, but she was like, hey, let's go to Rite Aid. Oh, let's walk over here to this little Asian store. Or it was an Indian store. Oh, let's go over here to the gas station and get a pack of cigarettes. Oh, let's go over here. Bitch, you go, right? Do you not understand the words coming out of my mouth? There's active Norteños everywhere. They don't like me, right? Now, I ain't no punk comes and I'm going to stick around in the house and hide in the shadows, but at the same time, I'm trying to minimize contact. You know what I mean? I'd be a fucking fool to sit here and be a fat mouth and a liar to say that I was just out there just kicking it in their town, just doing whatever I wanted. That's not the way it went down. I'm not a disrespectful person. I have enough seasoned fucking in my veteranism, right, to know. You like that? Veteranism? That's some gangster shit, right? I have enough wherewithal and enough knowing to know don't fucking disrespect these guys by walking up and down their streets because bad shit could happen. I know if I was active and I seen a non-active who I perceived was a non-active walking down my street, I was going to blow his mask off, right? Allegedly. That's just how, that was my feelings. Not saying I did it. I'm just saying that's how I felt or how I would feel. I know how I would feel. Again, shit, I was a gangster, right? So anyways, I'm trying to minimize the walking up and down the street, but this bitch wants to go everywhere. She's acting like Livingston's big. And maybe that's the reason why she wanted to walk to the pizza place and here and there is because it wasn't too big, right? But I was just trying to stay out the way. In fact, I was like, let's move back to the town. I knew it was a lot safer for me in Merced, for reals, than it was in Livingston at that particular time because I still had homeboys that rocked with me. I still had homeboys that would show up at my pad homes. If I needed one phone call away, you could call on the homeboy Jerome, right? Or Jerome and the homeboy Hamid. They'll pull up with choppers, right? Bang, 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 right? And that's just what it was. Hang, hang, hang. Twitchy. They'll pull up on some Lil Wayne shit. Homes go to the skateboard and throw. Anyways, and they'll say it with their chest. But here I am in Livingston. I'm in no man's land. This it, and the dog is belly up, right? So I remember this particular day that they got up on my head, man. We actually walked to this little store. Now there was a store in Livingston that was located like right in the center of town. It was an Indian store, you know, and they had everything there. You know, one of those motherfucking stores you can get everything from a fucking glass pipe to fucking Clorox, right? One of those stores, everything. They sold shoes, they sold fucking maps, they sold flags. They sold red paños, blue paños, green paños. These motherfuckers sold the old Asian crystal meditation balls. They sold yoga pants. So I was kidding. They sold fucking DVDs of Savage Studio going, Tiger! They sold everything there, right? So you could definitely get whatever you needed. So we're walking to that store and we walk in and she has her son and I think we had another kid. I think it was her nephew at the time. We had the 2 kids, right? But as we walk in, we're just looking around the store doing our thing, and 4 active Nortenos walk in. Now, you ask me, how do you know they're active? Motherfucker, I know, right? I could tell by the haircuts, the look of their eye. They walked in that motherfucker like, dun, 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 dun. Well, got dun, dun, dun. They're just looking for any person with blue on or any person that fucking looks like their well guy's a little off slight, right? These guys are not playing. They're active Nortenos, so they see me, right? And they're kind of looking me up and down, right? I'm like, hurry up, bitch. Pay with the food stamps, right? Whatever. Do what you got to do, right? So she's paying for whatever she has to pay for. And then one of them goes, hey, homie, where you from? And I said, it's at this point I'm going to get shot. Fuck it. Maybe that loca, right? I'm not in a good mood. It was hot that day. It was summertime. It was kind of like, you know, whatever, bro. I'm tired of fucking worried about what these guys are going to say, man. They're going to do what they does. That's it, right? Only I need to turn it on them, right? So I was like, and they were youngsters. So I knew that they didn't look seasoned to the point where they had been incarcerated yet. Just by certain tattoos they were displaying. They were just looked like they were young, up-and-coming, striving Nortenos. Motherfuckers that want to come up in the game, but really haven't been laced up quite yet, right? Maybe I can manipulate some shit, right? So they're like, hey, where you from, Humps? I was like, Merced. Why, what's up, brother? Right? And they're like, hey, well, trip out. They were like, trip out. Are you active? I was like, I can get active. Right? They're like, huh, what does that mean, right? They're like, hey, what hood you from? I said, Dead End, Humps. They said, oh, you know the homeboy this and the homeboy that and the homeboy this. I said, yeah, I know all them cats. Why, what's up? They said, hey, do us a favor, Humps. We're going to get at one of the homeboys right now and we're going to see if you're good, right? I was like, shit, I already knew I wasn't good. They said, what do they call you? I said, they call me Skinner, homie, right? Knowing damn well they call me Gunner now, but they did call me Skinner, so I wasn't lying, right? These motherfuckers pulled out a cell phone right there in the middle of the store and started calling people. He's like, hey, the homeboy ain't answering. He was like, hey, can you wait, Holmes, and we'll get at him? And I was like, bro, I can't do all that. I got my chicken shit right here, right? They're like, hey, bro, all right, we seen you around here, bro. We want to know if you were a homie and shit, right? And I said, oh, I ain't no homie. And all their jaws dropped like the movie Mask. And they said, what you mean you're not a homie? You motherfucker surrender your assistant. Hold on now. Pump your brake. I'm proud of you about this, though. You know, we about to fucking got all hyphy, right? Listen, Holmes. I'm a motherfucking Mexicano, bro. A Chicano. I'm a brown man, Holmes. So if you mean homie like that, Simon, Holmes, I'm all the homie you'll ever need, bro. But if you mean a Norteño, Charlie, Holmes, I mean, I ain't none of that. They go, how you from Dead End? I said, oh, I'm always going to be from the neighborhood and the barrio. That's where I grew up, Holmes, where I participated and where I put it down. And I'm always going to have love. but I'm not a Norteño. I'm not representing the Norteño. They said, are you a fucking D.O.? I said, well, that depends on how you feel what a D.O. is, right? Because I can tell you some story. I can give you some knowledge you can't get in fucking college, right? And the vatos are like, hey, we're going to catch you. What's it? I'm like, they already caught me. There's 4 of them, right? That was that, right? And I remember one of them was like, hey, fuck that. He started fumbling around like in a little jacket thing. And I was like, oh, they're going to shoot me right now. So I'm telling my chick and the kids, hey, you guys need to fucking just push on. Just keep walking. Walk with the kids. Hold one's hand, push the other. So just go. Just go. Just leave me, right? She's like, no, fuck these fools. I'm like, bitch, you're making it worse. Just go. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to flight. As soon as she hits the corner, I'm flighting one of them. Fuck it, they got me. They're going to be on me, but I'm going to get my issue too. Right off the top. Why not? Say, okay, fuck it. The wind blew that day, right? And these fools are like, this fool's fumbling around. And I'm like, what's up, bro? I said, you know what? I said, you vatos are not good anyways. And the vatos like, what the fuck you talking about, homie? You know what I mean? Now, by this time, they already have figured I'm non-active, right? They were like, what the fuck you mean, homie? This motherfucker active, Norte, leave us, whoop-de-whoop-whoop. I said, and I respect that, homies. I respect that. That's right, little homie. Get down, demon. Get down to you. You're trying to get up, Chucky, but you can't open a zipper, right? So I'm like, listen, hey, bro, do you know that at one point in time, Holmes, I was this and I was that, Holmes? And I understand I say at one point in time. Now, I'm no longer that, bro. It's because of choices I've made and positions that I've been put in, right? I said, but before you jump the gun and automatically assume I'm some type of punk or something, Holmes, you got your fools mixed up. Boom! I tried to take flight on one. They was on me. They blackouted me, right? Now, of course, there was a similar situation where I got ran up on that same store at a different time. Holmes was able to wiggle my way out of that one. But this one I wasn't, right? So, boom, I take flight. 2 of them are brothers. I didn't realize this. They're on my motherfucking head. I get jumped right in front of the store. Was what it was, right? I expected it and seen it coming from a mile away. Anyway, so they take off running because where this store is located, the police department is like fucking 1 block around the corner. Everything's right there, right? So fucking I don't go running to, oh, help me. You know what I mean? I just, okay, you motherfuckers got me. My jaw hurts, right? I walk right in the store. Can I get a soda, right? Give me a fountain drink. Just sip my little fountain drink, smoke me a frajo, and I wiggle back to the pad. My chick gets there. She's crying. What happened? I thought you were going to die. I said, bitch, so did I. Be happy I'm here, right? And anyways, we do our thing. So a couple weeks later, what happens is we're having like a quinceañera or a barbecue. I forget what we're having, but it's at the park. There's one park right central in the middle of fucking Livas, right? And I'm already like, fuck, these vatos know who I am. They keep cruising by, mugging me. I'm going to get shot today, you know what I mean? But today feels like, if any day, a great day to do it. You know what I mean? I've ate a whole bunch of tacos de carne asada. I drink a whole bunch of a whole bunch of coronas. I mean, shoot me. I say, you know what I mean? I allow you to. Today's your chance, right? So I'm out there with the young homie, right? And it's actually, I'm out there with a very, very, very well-known rapper in the industry right now who's out there with me. I'm not going to say his name just because, and it's not GB, so don't get it twisted. But it's someone else, and I'm out there with them, and we're chopping it up, and his family knows my family knows. I've known him for a long time, right? So we're out there chilling, and this is before he was a rapper and all that. These little vatos from Livas come, and one of these little youngsters, he had been mugging more than anyone, right? And he comes walking up, and he walks right straight up to me. He's like, where you from, homie? I said, Merced, dead end. Why, what's up, bro? Are you going to get off, bro, or are you going to talk? You know what I mean? Your last homeboy's respect. So all the rest since then, chale, Holmes. What's up, right? And he was like, oh, this is little boxer, homie, from dead end. And I was like, I felt like Wes Watson trying to pull a fucking pack of Camels out his ass. You know what I mean? Farts all around it. I said, chale, homie. I know you, bro. In fact, I don't know you, but I know your dad, right? You's a bitch, right? Because your daddy's a bitch. I know exactly what time it is, bro. You need to stop that shit, right? So his fool feels all fucking high-powered and pressured, but he walks away. His homeboys are looking back at me like, damn, you just done clown. I was laughing at him. The homeboy, the rapper homeboy, is like, you too much, bro. I said, bro, come on, man. I'm not going to get hit up by a little poop butt, bro. That's what it's not going to happen. If it's an active homeboy, he's a respectable homeboy, you know what I mean? I'm going to give him that fade or get the fuck up out the way or whatever they want, bro. I respect the get down, but a little poop butt like this little kid talking about, wait, get out of here. But that, you know what I mean? I'm going to squash you like the pinchy bug you are. Come on, spider, let's get down, right? Fuck that, homie. Sticking cutters, right? So I'm like, get out of here, bro. The vato gets on. I remember running into him a few days later on the bus. There was a bus from Livingston to Merced that we used to catch, man. He worked at Kmart in Atwater, right? And I ran up on him a few times in the bus, man. Sat next to him with the little pico. Chowdy, chowdy. Right? He was in that motherfucker like, I'm just trying to go to work in Kmart, homes. Chowdy. Come on, boy. I used to be from the Hoovers, right? That motherfucker didn't want no problems. Anyways, the last and third time that the actives did run up on me, man, and this got me the fuck up out of Livingston. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I can't tell you guys the exact whole story because it hasn't been 7 years? Maybe it has, right? One never knows, does one. But they caught me slipping behind a Rite Aid. There's a Rite Aid store there, and I was actually walking to my chick's mom's house, and I was walking with a butcher knife this big, going to pinche Miguel Myers. He laced me up, right? And as I'm walking, this van pulls up, and 3 fucking vatos jump out, man. And they proceed to fucking beat on me something fierce, right? But I scraped a couple of them to the point of no return, right? So that was what that was, allegedly. But let's just say it was after that day that I decided to get out of Livingston because the active Nortenos will run up on you daily, homes, and they will apply pressure. And I respect their gangster, man. Like I said, there was 1 or 2 vatos that wasn't about that business. But for the most part, a lot of them were, man, and I give Livas the utmost respects, right? Anyways, with that being said, just want to tell a couple more stories. I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, just because you're no longer in that gang realm and just because you're no longer gangbanging doesn't mean you can't get active in your function. Because, you know, motherfuckers ain't no punks nowadays, man. Motherfuckers might look like one. You might think he's one. But that don't mean he is one, right? And it's just like that. If you like this, please hit that like and subscribe with a thumbs up, man. I appreciate you. Hit that notification bell, man. That helps me help you and helps you to help me. I fucking appreciate that. Thumbs down. Heavy as the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in. And that's the coming together in the unity of all people. All raza stand up. Because I'm brown and proud. Homeboy, want this? You got so Simona said, let's get down. Bing, da, bound. That's the remix. Orale, the gun.